Well, it's been a very busy week for Martin O'Neill, and to round it off, he had the pleasure once again, and pleasure is the right word, to speak to Tony O'Donoghue.
What a strange journey it's been for you from Derry. And could you have possibly imagined growing up that you'd be the manager of the Republic of Ireland?
Oh, not at all. Not at and also just on a general viewpoint, I'm not so sure that I ever gave management a thought until really later on in your career. Now I said maybe even much later than you would have expected. I wasn't one of those players that thought from a managerial viewpoint. Let's say in the great Nottingham Forest team, we're being managed by an absolute superstar and a super manager. So we did the playing. Playing is absolutely fantastic, and any other manager tells you differently, hasn't really played then at the top level, or well, I was nearly going to add the second bit, but I won't.
Martin, I remember the famous game when you played in the Shamrock Rovers colours, the game against Brazil.
1973.
Yes,
yeah, long time ago.
The best players came together the one day at Lansdowne Road. It was something very special.
It really was a special occasion. The idea of playing for me at 21 years of age, to play alongside Johnny Giles was fantastic. To play against a number of the Brazilians who had played in 1970 and who were still going strongly in '73 was an unbelievable thrill. I mean, if you're talking about the greatest international teams in the world, 1970 Brazil side certainly comes up to be one of the top three, if not the best of all time. It really was extraordinary.
Tell me about your playing memories. I mean, winning the European Cup, playing in the World Cup for Northern Ireland. What would stand out as the best?
Well, those are, I mean, you would have to differentiate between the two at international level. Obviously, Northern Ireland, it was fantastic. 1982 was just a real dream.
Martin O'Neill with Jovanovic beside him.
We had a really super team. Strong side, strong, good in spirit, good players as well. Interspersed with one or two world-class players. And thinking about our goalkeeper, he was absolutely fantastic. We went there to Spain, great moments, winning against Spain in Valencia that evening, it's a night to remember. We reached the quarter-final, which was actually a three-team quarter-final, and the winner of that particular group would go into the semi-final. We were with Austria and France, who were absolutely fantastic team, and they beat us 4 eventually as we started to chase the game in the second half in blazing heat. That said, great moments, so that was fantastic. At club level, winning the championship, which is called the Premier League now, going 42 games unbeaten in a season, and which we held the record until Arsenal had won it, winning 2 European Cups. You could never have imagined that.
Now the game has gone so global and there's so much money, can you ever see Nottingham Forest, a smaller club, a provincial club, getting to the heights of Europe again?
Unless you had a club that was taken over by somebody who was prepared to pour a lot of money into it. Would you have seen players leaving Barcelona to go to Manchester City? Would you have seen players leaving Arsenal to go to Manchester City 8 or 9 years ago, when Manchester City were languishing in the 3rd division, as it were, in those days? You couldn't have seen that.
Martin, thank you very much indeed for talking to us. Really appreciate it.